everybody, welcome to this channel. Today we're doing educational stuff. So today we're going to start with the basics of algebra, yay. So algebra, it's, okay. Alright. Algebra is basically just solving for a variable. So variable is pretty much an unknown number. It can be any number. Okay. So we'll start with addition. That's the easiest one out of all of them, apart from subtraction. So 78 plus x equals 400. So that's basically telling us 78 plus what equals 400. So you can simply do this the old-fashioned way, but this is the algebraic way. So since x, you don't know what it is, but since you can do the inverse operations, so that's basically what algebra is. It's using inverse operations to isolate x, or make sure it's on one side and the other side is any other number, decimal, whatever. So to do this, the opposite of 78 plus, so you see this plus sign right here, this goes for 78. Or x, you could subtract 8x from it too. So subtract 78 from itself, that cancels out. Now whatever you do on this side, you have to do on the other side, because this equal symbol is balancing it. The equal sign means it's equal to it. 7 equals 7. If I put an x here, so 7 times what equals 7? Just 1. So it's balanced. So I have to subtract 78 from 400, which gives you 322. Now that's what you get from subtracting this. So you're left with x and the equal sign. So therefore x is equal to 322. So 78 plus 322 is 400. Easy. Let's try another example. This time we'll switch it up. So x plus, let's try 128 equals 200. So what is x equal? That's what we're trying to find for. So let's do the same thing from here. So subtract 128 from itself. Do the same on 200. And then you get, let's see, 72. So therefore x is equal to 72. So 72 plus 128, 200. Easy as that. Now let's try subtraction. That one that you have a little more steps to do in some cases. So let's try an easier version. Let's try 241 minus y. We'll change it up, and this will equal 209. Let's say. So what we have here, it can be, let's see. So since you don't have the computer property, you can't really do this side. You have to start with the y. So you have to add y to minus y to cancel out. So then you're left with 241 equals 209 plus y. So 200. So now you switched up. So 209 plus, that looks like a 7, x. So 209 plus x equals 241. So now we're still trying to find, oh, dang. Alright, y, not x. We're still trying to find what y equals. So since we switched it up to addition, now it's a little easier. So you subtract 209 from adding 209, so that cancels out. Then you do it on this side. So that way you get 32, right? Yeah, 32, and you're left with y. So therefore 32 is equal to y, or y is equal to 32. There you go. That's another variation. Now if it was switched up, you could still start with this. Okay. Now let's start with multiplication now. Multiplication is a little easier. So let's try 7 times x equals 49. That's pretty simple. So the reason why I don't put any multiplication sign in between is because in algebra, multiplication is implied, because in algebra, probably the most common use of variable is x, because it looks so fancy. And x is also the multiplication symbol, so we cross that out. And then there's also a dot, but it looks a little awkward just putting 7.x. It looks a little awkward, so we just put it together. Now, when it comes to numbers, you put parentheses. So 7 parentheses 6, and then closed with another parenthesis. So that's basically how you do algebraic multiplication. Not any different, just different way of looking at it. So what's the opposite of multiplication? That's division. So what you do on this side, so you divide by 7. So these cancel out, multiplying by 7, and then dividing by this by 7, it cancels out. So 49 divided by 7, that's another 7. So therefore x equals to 7. Easy enough. Now let's try division. That one's a little harder, but it's basically multiplication, but the opposite order. So let's do 256 x, divided by x gives you 16. So this will give you, so when you start with division, to cancel out the division, you have to multiply. So x divided by x times something divided by x, it cancels out. Yes, you can also cancel out variables. That works. And since we do it on the other side, you still have one variable left. So now it changes up to 256 equals 16 times x. Now we have multiplication, something similar to this. So now we do division. So 16 divided by times 16, that cancels out. 256 divided by 16, that should give you, let's see, 1 and then 8, 9, 96, okay, yeah. Should give you, not 18. Alright, 16, yeah, 16 squared, okay. So x equals to 16, or the other way around. So that's pretty much the basics. I'm sorry if I went a little too fast. You're okay, it's okay to pause the video. There are plenty of other videos on algebra. This is just a quick recap if you're a 6th grader. By now you should be learning about the basics of algebra. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and yeah, okay, cool. Oh gosh, alright, okay. Train it sold.